I'm your host, Lo, and this is Mic Drop Sun Drip, the show where we drop truth and speak light into you. This is the show for those ready to awaken to their full power, live from love, bask in golden divine light, embody abundance and divine wealth. Drop into your heart and feel it all in your body. You can watch on YouTube or listen on all podcast platforms. Here we go. Oh, and one more thing. You have a spark of the divine in you. Act accordingly. Hello. Welcome to Mic Drop Sun Drip. This is going to be a show that you will want to tune into every week, number one. And number two, this is going to be a show unlike anything you watch on this planet, dare I say. And I'm very, very honored and excited to bring this show to the world. My name is Lo. I am the founder of House of Lo, a company that is a sanctuary for the soul. We teach abundance consciousness. We channel truth, light, love. We assist people on their spiritual journey and to remember the power of their soul and that they are a soul in a body here for a very specific mission. Mic Drop Sun Drip was born in the summer of 2024. And you might ask yourself, what does that even mean? And I want you to think about it very simply. Truth, light. What you are going to find here as you share this space with me and others that I will bring on that are truth seekers in this world, that are filled with love, that are high frequency beings here to make a difference in this world, you will find that we are speaking a lot of truth. And what is hard about truth is that it can be very confronting to our current systems, our current way of life, what we think life should be like on earth, and our experience in this body as a soul, an eternal spirit that is in temporary form. But what you will also find as you spend time here with us is that we will always bring you back to the light. Sun. Truth is light. Light is truth. So while sometimes it will feel that truth is confronting, it truly is only burning away with the golden sun of the divine. Anything that no longer serves you and anything that is not actually true and not actually who you are. I want to speak a little bit about who I am and why I have been blessed with this particular mission. So my name is Lauren Guerreri. Lauren means victory and wisdom. Guerreri means warrior. I always knew since I was young that I was here to be a truth seeker. And for a lot of my own spiritual journey and awakening in the early part of my life, right up until the present moment, I have been seeking truth. My own truth, the truth of God, the truth of the experience here on planet Earth, the truth of why things are the way they are, and the truth of how we can actually change them in community. And now I have been challenged with the next part of my own mission and the mission of House of Lo, which is to start speaking truth, bringing truth through. I want you to know very transparently that I am a psychic channel. I am an oracle, so I am getting messages all the time that are from the higher realms and from the angels, guides, and beings of light that are of God. But I am also embodying my higher self and my soul speaks a lot of truth. My soul does not know how to speak anything but truth, which has been a very big challenge for me in this life. And I've met many, many people throughout my life that struggle to embody the truth of who they are, to speak it, to live it, and to share it. And so my intention, my goal, my objective with Mic Drop Sun Drip is to give you more of your power back through the truths we speak and through the energy and the transmission of this show. This is not just you watching some girl on YouTube. This is an energy transmission of the divine source God. And you don't always have to understand the words spoken. I want you to feel what this feels like in your body right now. I want you to breathe in and breathe out. I want you to tune into your heart, which is where your soul is housed. Your heart is the seat of your soul. Have you noticed the body cannot live without the heart? The body can live just fine without the brain working. The body cannot live without the heart. And the answer is very simple, because your soul is in the heart, powering the entire body. Everything comes back to our heart. The physical organ, the energetic house that it is in our body, the way that it pumps life force through our body to be spoken out, to be transmitted out into what we say, do, create, and take action on. Everything comes back to truth, light, and love. I have been shown this on my own path through 8 dark nights of the soul. I have been through it, much like I know every single one of you watching has been through it, is going through it, will continue to navigate through their life path on this planet in this lifetime. But what I must tell you now is that the only thing that is seeking you is love. That is it. That is it. The only thing that is seeking you is truth. The only thing that is seeking you is light. And everything else is an illusion. Everything else is of the old paradigm that is falling all around us in our culture, in every system, in every country on this planet. And so now what I must tell you, what you must hear, knowing that you were guided to this video, this moment, is you came here for this time on earth to effect real change. The earth has been under a cloak of darkness for eons. Okay? One of the most important things you must remember about this time on earth is that you promised you would come here to bring your soul's unique gifts to contribute to the whole. And if in this moment you're having a ping in your body and you're remembering, I thank God for that you were guided to this, because God is speaking through me, telling you that now. And it is up to us every single day to remember our mission and to carry it out and to do it. There is no one that can make you do what your mission is except you and the force of God itself, the force of your soul, which will continue to outperform your ego, which will continue to outperform nefarious entities and energies that keep you scared, that keep you numbed out, distracted, in fear, and in the illusion of separation and scarcity. Truth has a frequency to it. Truth has an energy to it. Often, and this is something I'd like you to take into your days now from here on out, notice when you hear or take in things around you, whether this is in conversations with people, whether this is in your own experience, whether this is at work, in your relationships, notice how your body responds to everything around you. One of the oldest tricks in the book, I should say, of the old paradigm on Earth is to make humans deeply question their intuition. And that has been very successful, that agenda on this planet. Meaning, we do not trust our inner voice. We do not trust the voice that is coming from our actual soul that is inside our body powering it. And so we give our power away to external forces, thinking they have the truth. Another aspect of truth that I must tell you now is that many things can be true at the same time. We are of the both and paradigm here at House of Low. Both and. What this means is, as a soul in a body, you contract to hold both the dark and the light. You are not of the dark. You are not of the shadow. You are only of light, love, and truth. But you contract to experience the contrast so you may remember the truth of who you are, so you may overcome the illusion and step into your power as a teacher. Everyone's purpose ultimately here is to teach what they have lived through in this lifetime so far, and many lifetimes prior. What I have awakened to is the ancient wisdom of my soul. Yes, I am your typical old soul, except what I have discovered throughout my journey is I am ancient. And I don't just say that lightly. It's why there's been a heaviness in my life, because I've been through so many traumatic times on earth, as many of us have. And every time we come back here, the cells in the body we're in remember that, because the soul remembers everything it ever went through, everything. Our human doesn't need to remember it consciously, but we remember. And what I remember is that history has repeated itself too many a time on this planet. Who is going to change it? Right? Now, this show will be very fun. This show will feel very deep. You will feel heaviness sometimes, and that is the point. Because what gets us to move? What gets us to make change in this world? It is not flitting about overlooking the real challenges we face together collectively. It is actually looking right at those darker frequencies and transmuting them with truth and light, which is what this entire show is about. I am not here to play games. I am not here to, override what's really going on. Part of being a true seeker and part of being someone who holds the gifts of seeing the truth is I have to face it. I have had to face it in my own journey, personally and individually. And then I have continued to be shown many of the truths and the false realities in our world. Because in order to discover truth, whether it's your own truth or the truth of where this planet is going, you have to notice and acknowledge the false realities, false paradigms, false beliefs that are in our culture and that are all around us. Truth must be met with courage. There is freedom that comes from looking at truth. And transparently, I resisted this mission for a long time. It's not easy. I'm not here to talk about typical things. Nobody I bring on is here to talk about typical things that might be celebrated in our culture. And I want you to understand that if you are here watching this, especially this far into this episode, it's because you were guided here by unseen forces that guide you, by your very soul. There's something inside of you that wants to get birthed into this world. The only way it will come about, the only way it will get birthed into this world is if you face the truth of who you are. And that starts with understanding that you are a soul of the divine source God, a fractal of the source creator in a temporary form for a temporary time. If you cannot accept that very divine truth, you will struggle for the rest of your life being who you really are forever. You will be in resistance for the rest of this lifetime. You will tell yourself you're happy, but you won't be. You will tell yourself you can access joy, but you never will allow yourself to get there because you are not actually embodying the truth of your divinity, the truth that you are eternal. And while this form that has many needs is temporary, we must understand that to be in this form to its fullest capacity, owning our divinity, embodying our divinity is the only way. Sometimes I think people misunderstand me and my message and they think I'm disassociating from this body. Oh no, we already did that. I did that for years by declining my divinity, by running from the truth of who I am and remembering who I am in this temporary form. It is only through my spiritual awakenings, through my dark nights of the soul, through deepening my connection to the Creator while on the physical plane, that I have further embodied and accepted and allowed the physical human body that I am in today. Because this body is the horse that will carry out my soul's mission. Okay? My soul is the jockey. This body is the horse. Your body is the instrument your soul chose to carry out your mission through your senses, through your beautiful voice, through the depths of your heart, through your intellect and your brain, through your creativity, through your innovation, through the healing force that you likely are as you walk through this world. I want you to really think about what you fear if you embody the truth of who you are. What are you really afraid of? Are you afraid that people will fall out of your life? Are you afraid that you no longer will fit in? Are you afraid that you'll seem weird and different? Are you afraid that you'll get lost in your own internal darkness, which is mostly what we're all afraid of? And whatever you're afraid of is valid, and it's also an illusion. And again, both and. If you can hold both of those things, you can actually walk through that illusion and transmute it into something beautiful. And we all know these phrases, right? The truth will set you free. The truth always rises. The truth always comes forward. But there's a way for us to not allow the brutal nature of that to actually happen if we choose every day to honor our truth, live our truth, embody our truth, speak our truth, and just walk through this world as truth. One of the most important messages of this particular show is the light. So there's going to be all kinds of experiences our human has and responds to when truth comes to light, whether it's a truth we finally own up about ourselves that we've, felt deep down, or it's a truth getting revealed to us from an external situation or force. However truth is being revealed, there is a way for us to find our way through it by honoring that it's only bringing us closer to the light. That's it. That's literally it. Without truth, we are in a dark room, unable to see anything. We are in a dark forest, unable to make it through the bushes and the bramble and the trees. We're stuck. Truth is a light switch getting turned on in that room. Truth is the sun shining through the trees, illuminating a path forward to make your way out of the forest or through the sacred forest that is your life. Without truth, you will never be happy. Ever. And we know we're all seeking happiness in this lifetime, in this body, because we see throughout the world so much darkness. And so everyone is on this quest for happiness. How can I actually accept, allow, and bask in the human experience that my soul chose to have now? How can I flow with the changes that are happening on the world stage, in the collective, inside the planet herself? How can I bring my connection down from the higher realms to this planet? How can I feel confident enough to be who I actually am? That is the question before all of us. And I will tell you, none of us have it figured out. It takes just the next step. This show, me doing this show, is a big next step for me. It's not easy, I will say. Like I said, because truth is not easy to speak. Truth is not easy to be a channel for. And truth is not always easy to hear. I am very human at the same time that I am oracling and channeling truths from benevolent forces. I want to honor what may or may not be coming up for you right now, which is fear, worry, because right now I am a mirror being held up to you. And part of walking this path, especially at this time, particularly on Earth, is to not try to do it all yourself. You will get swallowed up by that tornado. It is not even possible to do this all ourselves. And for a long time, I attempted that and failed, and failed again. This doesn't mean that we don't have everything within us to make it through. But what it means is we make it extremely hard on ourselves by not opening our hearts to support from seen and unseen forces. So if this mountain feels overwhelming for you to climb right now with whatever is coming up for you as I speak this truth to you, Seek support. Ask. What they show me all the time up there, the higher realms, the angels, call it whatever you want, is we humans and the human physical plane do not ask enough for help, for miracles, for truth to be revealed, for just support, for opportunities, for the connections we need, for our next step in our journey. We don't ask at all. We are under the illusion we're here alone. Meanwhile, there's spirits all over. Some are of the light, some are not. And you will learn to discern if you haven't already. But we must ask the people in our lives, the unseen forces, for help and stop trying to do everything ourselves. To walk the path of truth requires a tribe of truth seekers in their own right, of truth speakers in their own right. And to continue walking the path of light towards the highest light, one must do it with their soul family and community. Call it whatever. And that is what this show is really about. This show is about showing you people that live this, people that embody truth, seek light, live from love, speak truth, ask. We're living through a very intense time on earth, and there's no other way to say it. And so much of what we're living through and what is shifting and changing rapidly on the planet comes from so many centuries and years of pain, abuse, fear, scarcity, and the illusion of separation. But all of those are illusions. Everything I just said is an illusion. Part of how those of us that are on this path have transmuted what we've transmuted and overcome what we've overcome is remembering that very simple truth, that this is truly all a dream and it's all an illusion that our soul planned. So we would overcome the illusions and remember the truth of our divinity in physical form, which is the ultimate task. Because the physical form has a lot of needs and it thinks that it's alone. It thinks that it is constantly in survival and it's not. And it's surrounded by stories where it thinks it should be in survival or needs to be in fear and it doesn't. And so the only way to calm our human down to actually carry out our mission, live our purpose and be happy in this life, be in love, is to partner fully with our soul. We can't have our human being at war with our soul. They show it to me all the time. It's like, picture a sandbox. On one end is your soul, the other is your human, and they're just like at odds. The goal is to bring them as one, to merge them as one. We're one physically, but we're at war internally with our soul all the time. Our soul is the one that tells us, quit that job right now. How? I need to pay my bills. You'll see, the plan will get revealed, but please quit that job. You know it's sucking the soul out of you. I can't take it anymore, and neither can you. Do it. No one's going to validate that, by the way. You can go talk to your mom or your friends. Oh, I got the message I should quit my job. What? And in order to embody your own truth inside, you have to listen to the voice inside, which is your soul. It's not a random voice. It's not your thoughts. It's your soul. And the very thing you are avoiding doing right now is the very truth your soul has already revealed to you that it is asking you to do. And until we do it, the next part of our magical life will not unfold. I've learned this so many times, the stubbornness of my human that wouldn't make the moves it needed to make 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. Well, the timeline got delayed. The things haven't come in yet. The people haven't come in yet that are next for me in my life path because I didn't make the move or listen to my soul. And so notice what messages repeat for you. Notice if you're getting signs consistently. The very thing you're avoiding is the very thing likely your soul is asking you to do for your highest timeline. We'll talk about timelines later, but we've got to make the moves, and the quicker the better, right? We hem and haw a lot and then we wonder why. But see, we hem and haw, but we want all these things to happen, but we don't make the moves in order to open up the energy for those things to manifest and happen in our physical world. So I've learned that lesson deeply. And the only way I've been able to make moves faster in my life using my beautiful body that's an instrument for my soul is to face my truth. It all comes back to truth. And then the light gets turned on. Everything gets illuminated. I trust once again. I trust in God. I trust in myself. I trust in my soul. I trust in the earth. I trust that I'm going to meet the right people that will help me carry out this mission because I am not doing it alone. And I go ahead and go for it. Next. It's really that simple. Notice where things feel complicated. That is the old paradigm, and that is the programming that we all are being asked to overcome. These things are very simple, these ways of being, but we're skeptical, or we're programmed to be skeptical of simplicity. We are. We're programmed to be skeptical of truth, of light, of love, of abundance, of miracles. Do you see the tricks? We got to be smarter. Now. What I want to leave you with is a message that came to me. I channeled this in March 2023, and it never left me, and it reigns supreme from here forever, which is sacred urgency. We are living in sacredly urgent times, like sacredly urgent, meaning there's no more time to waste not living your truth, speaking your truth, being the truth of who you are, and carrying out what you're here to contribute to the collective on planet Earth to move this planet forward. By the way, Mother Earth, her frequencies, her consciousness, her energy is rising with or without humanity, with or without these beings, okay? So humanity is being asked to partner with the very planet it is temporarily on to help it evolve. This isn't just Earth serving us. We also serve her. That's why souls come here in human bodies. Remember that. Thank you. They needed to say that. I didn't expect that. And so while take your time, also get going. Both and. Sacred urgency. Because if you are here watching this show right now, you are a light leader. You are a leader on this planet. For the light, of love, of truth, of abundance, of light, you are a leader. And if you have ever been told you are not a leader, that was to keep you from your mission, which is likely huge. If you have found me, it's likely because you have a huge mission on this planet to help shift the entire planet. And I know how scary that can be. But again, remember, you are supported and you are not here to do that alone. You will only complete the mission you came here for if you truly understand you're not here to do it alone. Because these missions can feel so overwhelming that is what keeps us in self-sabotage or procrastination or fear, or it's what makes us feel like there's no way I was chosen for this mission. There's no way I can do this. You're not here to do it alone, but you have to accept that it is your mission so that the next people, places, and opportunities can get sent to you to support your mission. But if you continue to resist the truth of who you are, the next step of your mission will not get revealed and you won't complete your mission. And here's what I want to tell you about that. This is the final piece of this. When your soul leaves that body, when the body dissolves and your soul goes back up, it looks at its life and the first thing it says is, what did I create? How did I treat people? Was it with love or was it with fear? That's all it cares about. What did I create and how did I treat or interact with people? Your soul immediately regrets any procrastination. And if it didn't complete its mission, it's going to want to come back right away. Your soul is fearless. Your human is afraid. And the only way to reconcile that is to choose from your soul every time. Mic drop. We're out. Thank you so much for listening to Mic Drop Sun Drip. Join the community at houseoflow.co/micdropsundrip. And remember, without truth, there can be no light. And without light, there can be no power.